Hello, welcome. I'm Ivor from Red Dot Cameras and this is my friend Michael.
Mike Evans from MacPhotos.com. Hello.
And today we're going to talk about the new Leica M10-D. We're all wondering what the D stands for. It might mean it don't have a screen or
Deleted screen.
Or they've
perhaps,
deleted the screen. None of us really know what the D really represents. The rest of the camera is what we're all used to from the M, so i.e. it's a rangefinder. It's part of the M10 family. It's also carrying the M10P shutter, which in fact is much quieter than the previous M10 camera. One of the features that I personally love about this camera is in fact what looks like to be a winder. Well, you think, well, why would you put a winder on a camera where there's no film? I mean, it doesn't add up, does it, at first? In fact, a long while ago, when Leica placed the M8 in my hand, the first thing I did was, as I picked the camera up on an M8, it was like, where does my thumb go? And it's taken a long while, but finally they've got there, and in my opinion it's a fantastic feature. It enables you to keep a firm grip, and it's lovely if you're shooting in this sort of position as well. The other benefits are, which Mike can tell you, by having this lever there.
Well, I think if we had never seen an advanced lever on a camera, this would be a wonderful invention, a proper thumb grip. It really does work very well. In my opinion, it works a little bit better than a normal thumb grip, and it has the big advantage, of course, that it doesn't occupy the hot shoes, so that you can put the viewfinder on the camera or a flash on the camera without having to dismantle the thumb grip. So in that sense it's good, and it also has an advantage that it folds away like that, so that when the camera's around your neck on a strap, it doesn't bang on your chest as the normal thumb grip does. So really I think it's a brilliant idea, and I know a lot of people have criticised it for being a faux advanced lever, but look at it with an open mind and you will see that it helps. It ensures that the camera is kept steady.
I mean, you know, we've only got to look here at an M3. Exactly the same. For years we all walked around, there was never really an issue, and it was absolutely part of the design of the camera. It works, and that's why I think Leica have realised, let's go back to that, put the winder there. It's still sporting the same thickness of body as the traditional film cameras that we now come to love with Leica cameras.
I was very enthusiastic about the first MD, and everyone said, wouldn't it be wonderful if we had an MD that is the same size as a film camera? And in fact, this is basically the same size as an M7 all the way around. I just like the feel of it, the concept. It feels like using a film camera. It feels natural in the hand. I know a lot of people have criticised it for being a faux advanced lever, but if we'd never had advanced levers on cameras, this folding thumb rest would have been an ideal solution in my view.
I mentioned before just some of the features that this camera actually sports. Well, obviously in today's age we're so used to digital cameras having menus that are longer than my arm, and you might wonder, well, how do you actually access all these features? Leica now have come up with this app that is just unbelievable. It actually does many different cameras in their range, all via one app. If I actually switch the camera on at this point, so we powered it up, then I'm going to actually switch to Wi-Fi. Mike's already downloaded the app to his iPhone, which you can get from the App Store, and it does also obviously run on an Android system as well. It's not, you don't have to have an iPhone to make this work. So Mike now is getting the phone connected. And there you are. In fact, I don't know if you can see from there, but the few images while we've been testing the camera and looking at it have automatically popped straight up in the app. You can actually see a live view of what's going on. It's a bit hard seeing it from here, of course. There you go, it's magnified the image, and there you are. And if you just tap the shutter, and it's taken an image. There we are, a cordless Wi-Fi remote. The app does more than that. I'm actually just going to turn this round now. You'll actually probably get a little image of headless Francis going on there. Francis, give us away, Francis. Okay, looking through the camera. It does more than just obviously give you a live view and bring the images over to your phone. In fact, with this app, there are lots of all the controls that you would have traditionally seen on the back of the camera. Maybe Mike, you could point out some of those features.
Well, immediately here you have your exposure controls, which are self-explanatory, aperture, speed and so forth. And there is a further menu which you access from this little system button here. And there you have access to some of the functions that you would get on a normal M10 or M10-P. You have storage, Wi-Fi settings, camera settings, which basically gives you drive mode, metering, white balance, file transfer, JPG settings, maximum auto ISO settings, ISO manual settings, so that if you wish you can choose a setting above the 6400, which is on the dial of the camera. You can go up to 50,000 using this. You get the maximum exposure time, the auto review duration, and the focus aid, which is essentially focus peaking, because the magnification is independent of that, and the auto power off, which you can set for off 2 minutes, 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So quite a comprehensive set of parameters that you can control from the application. Most of them though are the sort of things that you don't deal with all the time. You set the camera up to your requirements and then you don't really need to keep looking at the app.
Yeah, well, that's one of the whole point, let's be truthful, of buying an M10-D.
Absolutely.
You know, why would you buy a camera? Doesn't have a screen, all these menus, so you set it up and go out. I mean, what I love about the whole thing about an M10-D, let's be truthful, going back to my days of using film, which was an M2 and an M4, put a roll of 36 in there, do my photography. You didn't know what you were going to get. You come back, wait, get your film processed, developed, get your prints, and hopefully I did actually get, you know, something of a decent quality of an image. So here I like to think of, you know, you put a roll of 36 frames in here. If you could, you put a 1 gig card in there and you go out and get just 36 pictures. Actually, the camera won't operate with 1 gig cards, as we know. They've moved on, they've got faster and bigger. But it's the same ethos. You're out, you're doing photography. It's all been stripped away. And surely, you know, people, us Leica fans, that's really what's special about having a Leica camera. We do photography all day long. One of the things that bugs me, Mike, I must say, you go to a wedding, a function, professional photographers there. They've got their cameras, they take a photograph and they look. They take another photograph and they look. Mm-hmm. And this is how the evening goes on. And I think to myself, you're looking, just keep clicking away. You know, the dancing going on. There's, you know, it could be a bride walking down, throwing the bouquet. You know, this is where that's taken away from you, but that's the beauty of an M10-D. You're doing photography. We're not just looking at the images constantly.
So I was very enthusiastic about the original M10-D, and I really didn't miss the sort of functions that you couldn't alter. I just liked aperture, the speed, and of course the ISO. But this camera maintains the ethos of simplicity, but gives you just that little bit of extra settings that you can set once and then forget about. But overall, I love the concept of not being able to check things, just get on and do the photographs. It concentrates the mind, and I think it concentrates the photography as well. You are more likely to enjoy your photography if you're not worrying about what settings, what buttons have I pressed by mistake, what has gone wrong. This is a very simple camera that if you wish, it can operate in exactly the same way as a film camera. And let's face it, people managed to do fantastic photographs in the past without all the electronics that we have today.
The camera body is £6,500 including sales tax. I say I've enjoyed myself. Thank you very much for joining me, Michael.
Thank you, Ivor.
All right, goodbye. And of course, if you're in London, we obviously do have the camera on display. Come along, have a play. We look forward to seeing you in Red Dot Cameras. Bye.
Thank you, Ivor. Goodbye.